Hello. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me all right? Do I need to put my microphone in closer? No? Yes? No? Okay. I'm going to assume that everybody can hear me. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the WMR 170 Class 170 preview stream. Tonight, I'm joined, of course, you know him, you love him. He's got pink cat ears by Matt Bedelson.
Hello.
But we also have a guest on that has not been on a TSW stream before. I understand I completely, it was a little last minute. We had a last minute change. It was supposed to be Jasper, but we now have Tyler. Woo, Tyler, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Tyler. I do timetables for Rivet Games and sometimes scenarios. Not for this pack, but I did the timetable. And I missed the fun headgear memo tonight.
You'll know for
we'll
next
get you
time.
Something. Get you some some Christmas ones, but you can get some proper Christmas ones.
Perfect.
So that doesn't mean that something is happening at Christmas, okay?
We should make something happen at Christmas.
I don't know anything about Christmas, okay? Don't, because I'll start panicking. Okay, so tonight you've joined us. You can see the title. It's a Class 170 preview stream. It's a WMR Class 170. I'm quite excited about this because the cross country is my local train. I get it out of my local station all the time. It takes me to Birmingham. It takes me to Leicester. It's always mostly reliable, and it's kind of the backbone for our transport where I'm from, in the sunny Midlands. So we're going to take you through a couple of services. And then we'll go to the Q&A later. If you do have any questions, I will copy them, grab them, and put them into our Q&A section so that we can timestamp this for people watching this in the future or the past. Hello. So first one we're going to start with is southbound service. If you'd like to, would you like to regale us with your screen, Matt?
You want to see it as well? Wow. Okay, we could do that.
Okay.
I've literally done like the first half an hour of a stream where everyone on the chat has been going, please turn the screen over, please turn the screen over, and I've forgotten.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Right, okay, so under Birmingham Cross City you will find there is a new timetable. I know that's one of the questions. Is this an upgrade to change the existing title or a timetable? It's a brand new timetable, and this is what you worked on, isn't it, Tyler?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the new timetable, and this is still 2019, same as the last one.
Yeah, I actually started with the previous timetable, and started with that as the base, and then added new services to it, using the same 2019 working timetable document for all of the station times, all of the trains, all the head codes, and everything.
Cool. Right. Okay. So let's get in. So the 170, we got the 2 and 3 car versions in the orange West Midlands livery, and we've got the 2 and 3 car versions in the purple and silver cross country livery. Now, the first one was the 1 Victor 23, which is West Midlands 2 car. So it's actually a 4 car. It's 2 twos. So let's put it on that. Put it into August. And go for it. So all the services on the 170, I should actually show these. These are all new services specifically for the 170, aren't they?
Yeah, there's not anything these are replacing. These services didn't exist on the old timetable.
Yeah. So lots of services for that. And then if I flip back and we look, and actually the 2 and the 3 car versions have got some slightly different services as well from what I've seen.
Yeah, they're not listed together because they're different trains.
Yeah. So look at the 3 car and you can see, again, you've got a smaller list here doing more limited services. Then you've got the cross-country one, which is pretty much Cardiff-Nottingham, or a one way or the other. And then there's this one, again, is Cardiff-Nottingham again. Variations in the theme. Right, let's go back to the 2 car, 1 Victor 23, change these over where I want them, and then we'll get in and we'll drive.
Let's drive.
James Plains, it's on the Birmingham Cross City route. Okay, so let's get these windows open so we can hear the outside. I'm going to turn the game sound up a bit so that you can hear it. Let's get the master key in, put that on, open the doors, safety systems on, headlights are on. Good. So one of the first things that obviously, other than the glorious West Midlands orange, I do like this livery, it has to be said, and I've always been a big fan of the Turbo Stars. This is a 4-car set, 2.2s. But yes, we've got these strange things shown up now in Birmingham. So we've got Pendolino. Let me switch to a camera view that will actually let me fly around. And then over here we've got 350 and another Pendolino. So we've got actually quite a busy Birmingham station.
I know it well.
You'll also spot the Transport for Wales Class 150. It's a little hard to spot because it stops on a platform kind of way far away from where the playable services are, but you will see it if you look for it.
Whereabouts is it?
I'm not sure if there's one in the station right now, but it's usually on platform 1, 2, 3, 4, that area, that other side of the station. There's not one right now. It's just a 2-car unit.
Cool. Things to look out for then. Got something else coming in there, another 350. Don't worry, I'll turn the game sound up again before we leave.
So as you're departing, yep, we're going somewhere. As you're departing, you'll notice you've got a red signal. Oh, you've got a green signal now. Okay, that'll clear before you lock the doors.
Yeah, as it just did.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm sure you know this, and many in chat might know this, but in the UK, drivers are not allowed to close the doors if the starting signal is a danger.
Sorry, I'm just trying to stay quiet so you can hear the sounds.
Yeah, we've had a lot of requests to hear the sounds.
It's very sluggish getting out of Birmingham, unfortunately. You can't just thrash it. Well, I guess you could, but tea and biscuits, you know.
You get your chance to thrash it when you leave Brownsburg going the other way.
Let's turn the audio down a little bit so we can hear ourselves think a bit more. So yeah, first stop's in a couple of miles at University, and then it's a straight through run to Bromsgrove. Gives it a bit of a different feel to the 323 services because it's a little bit more express than the all stoppers like 323 runs.
You'll overtake one of the 323s between Kings Norton and Longbridge usually.
PAS, we're aware of that. We're hoping that that'll be fixed before launch. The fix is in. We're just going through some build and testing. If it doesn't make to release, it'll be shortly after. And no, it's not manual PAS Trent, or it's automatic. This does work though.
Yeah, all the trains, including the AI, have full virtual destinations. With some variation, especially if you spawn at rush hour at Birmingham New Street and look at the departure boards, you'll see quite a few different places these trains go to.
Yeah, it does have guard mode for those asking about guard mode. We're not going to be running that tonight, but yeah, it's in there. There's some quite cool controls actually for the way that it works in the door. One of the things I'm finding actually, I was driving this earlier on, is that the addition of these services has suddenly meant that you now find adverse signals a bit more often, whereas this route was relatively green previously. Whereas, yeah, this, I think just about every service I've driven to so far, I've had yellows, double yellows and reds where I've been meeting other trains, which has been quite cool actually. Kept you on your toes.
A lot of quite a few of our routes have had the track shadows updated, but we haven't done that for this route yet.
Coming into the university for the hospital. Yeah, where the track shadows aren't there on a route, it really does stand out, doesn't it? But no, it hasn't been added to this route. They've all got custom interiors too.
The Pendolino is an AI layer.
I think if I remember rightly, the Pendolino in reality essentially comes in there and goes back out there.
Yeah. You normally see a lot of them in New Street.
There is one playable Pendolino service. It's an AI. Sorry, it's an ECS move coming from a depot, so you can drive it from Aston to Birmingham New Street. Which is like 6 minutes, but it is in there. It's in the working timetable, so I put it in.
I didn't know that. Oh, there you go.
Right, the other thing this train has got, which you kind of need on some of these ones, is the hill start. So you press the apostrophe key or the apply brake button on your controller. You'll see it's pressing this button in on the controller here. That will stop the brake from releasing past 1 bar while it revs up the engine. So if I press and hold it now, and then go ahead and put some power on, you see it keeps the brake on 1.5. Hear the engine rev up, and then I can release it and we don't roll back. Because it's quite slow to get sped up on the engine.
AI Class 150s, yes. Somebody just asked if I was from Birmingham. I feel like I'm losing my northern accent.
As long as they don't ask you if I'm from Birmingham.
Yeah, no, yeah. Your accent is a little different to a Brummie accent. Oh, I completely forgot I was going to introduce the stream saying all reap bab, but unfortunately it just sounds northern. I can't do a very good Brummie.
Jasper's not here tonight. No, he's not feeling too great, unfortunately. But we are graced with Tyler's presence, which is awesome because we've not had Tyler on the stream before.
New person. New person. Yeah, we have three new scenarios. We've got rerouted and tunnel trap and icy incline, which when I first read it, I thought it said icy ice line, and I was like, "What's that? Is that some sort of weird train thing?" No, it's an incline. I just was not wearing my glasses, much like right now. I'm not wearing my glasses. So.
Oh, hello. It's the other 323, the special one. That was Simtrack's Loco Pack, I think. The Regional Rail 323.
Oh, I like that question. How was it to get the XC or WMR license?
So we already had the West Midlands license. And I don't know about it cross country, to be honest, because I only found out after the fact that we had the cross country license. So, as always, a huge shout out to our amazing licensing team.
Yep. Legends.
They are always working hard to get us the trains that we want. Someone asking about suspension. Yes, it does have suspension.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
I thought you meant the word suspension then, Matt, and I was like, you just said it. You just said it. I need to get more than 3 hours sleep.
So Tyler, what were some of the highlights in making the new timetable?
I really enjoyed seeing the route come to life. This is one of my favorite routes to play. So having this, especially you're about to pass the 323 up here on the left, seeing action like that was really satisfying to see that additional activity, and seeing Birmingham New Street come to life. It's also excellent. I also I've never been to Birmingham, but I find standing at Aston, at least virtually, quite a cozy place. You can hang out with the cat. That in the Q&A thread, because a lot of players had not seen the cat at Aston previously, so we can visit today. But Aston has a nice variety of traffic. It's always kind of a guess what's going to show up next.
Yeah, it was always one of the things that, you know, didn't quite hit the mark with the original Birmingham release, was how empty Birmingham looked, because we didn't have the trains back then. We do now, so. Oh, there's that 323 you were talking about.
Yeah, depending on the service, because they're all timed a little, you know, they're based on the real working timetable timing, so they're all a little bit different. They don't repeat perfectly every hour. Sometimes you'll pass the train when it stops at a station. Other times you'll race it from one station to the next, and usually win when it starts to slow down to stop.
Yeah, one of the services I was running today was a northbound service, and it was just like I was stuck behind another train, so it was red lights all the way. Whereas the next service I ran was a lot clearer, but I got slightly snarled up towards the end, you know, just with the different alignments of the services, which was quite cool actually. It means there's a lot of variety. You never really quite know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. It also livens up just driving the 323 itself. One of the reasons I like this route, and I was excited to put help put the 170 on it, is that they've got nice big windows so you can see. I like the way electric stars look from the outside, but I really don't like driving them from the cab.
Yes, no, you do get a nice panoramic view out of a turbo. Londo, there's no plans to go back to old routes to do any of the modern upgrades to them at this point. It's like sometimes we'll go back if we're doing something else and we'll catch it at the same time, but no, but that's where you're not finding older stock getting things like suspension. The older routes aren't getting the track shadows. So yeah, it may happen at some point with some routes, but it's nothing we've got planned at the minute.
Paul said that it looks like it's running at 30 FPS on YouTube, but it looks
YouTube
okay
is,
for me.
YouTube is
so
30
I think
FPS.
it's YouTube.
Yeah, a game is running at 60, but YouTube is 30.
Yeah.
I've got my FPS counter in the top right. I'm also running the game in 4K as well. Like finally come into the modern times and bought a 4K screen, so that's downsampling for the streaming down to 1080p, but the actual what you're seeing is sourced at 4K.
Has the AI traffic been upgraded at Litchfield, Trent Valley?
Yes, and maybe if we have time, we can take a look at it.
You're Trainspotting?
Exactly.
That's crazy talk. No, that's yeah. If we've got time, we can take a little look. Is it the 350 in Pendolino? Is
yes,
that right?
And then the original route also had some freight traffic, which is still there. It's quite busy. I think it's 8 trains an hour between the Pendolinos and the 350s. And the way it's timed in real life, often they'll pass each other. So again, depending on which hour, what time you go, because it varies a little bit. Sometimes you'll see 2 Pendolinos passing each other at speed.
Phew. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was
Bless you.
an unexpected sneeze. Why am I screaming about 66s? Oh, the freight. Okay, yeah. Tyler, my favourite train is Class 66. The
Good
community
taste.
love. Thank you. I was going to say the community love that for me. Sarcastically, I was going to say that. You don't love that at all. You can't even see me pointing at the camera, but I am judging you.
She is confirmed.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Yeah. I know. I love a 66.
Well, I didn't touch any 66s in the timetable, but they're in there from the previous timetable. There's railhead treatment trains and a few drivable freight trains.
Yes. The Trainspotting is looking more promising now. Not that I don't care. I'm very cool about Class 66s. Totally normal about them.
Staying quiet.
I saw one yesterday outside of Pets at Home, taking my dog into the vets, and I saw one pass through the train station just outside, because you can kind of see them pass. I was really normal about it then as well. I didn't immediately turn to my partner and go 66. Yeah, totally.
This is where the track goes off a cliff edge. I love this view actually. It's what the photographs of it in reality look amazing. But watch this as it comes around the corner, and it goes around the cliff, and you can see it drop off a cliff's edge. There you go. Down the 3% grade or 2.7% grade.
Poster in here that I took from work with permission. I took it with permission. I asked if I could have it.
Yeah, the real challenge is getting stopped at Bromsgrove at the bottom of the grade.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it flattens out, but the station's still on a 1% grade.
The in-cab controls for safeties, you mean like the power switch? Yeah, the safety notch systems are over there. There's also an AWS fuse up here. So if you're doing it by hand, you'll need to do the fuse and the switch. Or the key, sorry.
There are some other differences in the cab. Maybe a good time to look at those would be when you're slogging up like the incline in a few minutes. Wonder if anybody in chat has been counting how many trains we passed. I didn't think to count, but quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few. Right, there we go. We're running 1 Myco 1 next.
Release date is on the 29th of July. Tuesday.
It's the 3-car version for this one, yeah, 1 Mike 01.
No, 29th of June. No, 29th of July. We're past June. It's not coming out in 2026. It's next week, next Tuesday.
Right, what are we looking at as differences in the cab then, Tyler?
I'm certainly no expert, but the horn is a little bit different, as is the windshield wiper control just below it, and then to the left of the the power controller, those I believe they're fault lights. Those are different, as is that yellow door power panel.
Okay. They're all on, and then we flick this on. That's it. This is the cross-country variant, yes. I do like this livery. Always been a favourite of mine. While we're waiting, quick look around the passenger area, because again, with that carpet, I have to say, I don't like it as much as I like the exterior, but the red seats are nice.
I do like the seats.
You know this so well. Every single time I go into Birmingham New Street from my area, and then usually I only do that because that's where my tattoo artist is based, and they're literally across the road from Birmingham New Street, which is really useful. And I always have a good time. It's always I'm a big fan of the cross country 170s.
Right, we're on an incline, so this is where you definitely need the brake. Hold on. Wait for it to ramp up the power. There it goes. Release the brake.
Maybe at some point on the drive, you can also show the sounds, or with the cab windows closed, redone. The interior running sounds.
Yes, Bong Man. We discussed the PIS update. We're having a look into that. We're aware of it, and we're having a look into it.
Did you get an answer on the sound set changes? I think there's been some changes on the sound set, haven't there? So I've seen 3 or 4 people asking about sounds. So.
Yeah, so I talked to our audio people, and they gave me a list of what's been changed. So, we started with the ScotRail 170, and we started by changing the sounds for that. They're not released yet, but we changed the sound for that, and then brought them over to this train. So we don't have released it yet, but at some point we will be releasing an update for the ScotRail 170 to update its sounds as well. So we've redid the internal running sounds using sounds from a real 170. We've also added some creaks that you'll hear inside the cab. It's also done, re-implemented the door sound trigger logic, so the alarm now triggers at the correct times when opening or closing the door. I assume that's the passenger doors. The engine sounds have been changed to remove the clicks and artifacts. We've adjusted the flange sound occlusion. I'm a gameplay guy. I don't know what audio engineer people are doing. Occlusion is a big word. But they should sound better when in the cab now, so I'm told. And you'll notice on this trip, once we get up to the top of Licky Incline, I'll pick up speed. And the train no longer whines above 85 miles an hour. The other thing, oh no, I already said that, never mind. So yeah, so there's been some audio work. You should hear it when you play it, and also on the stream.
Awesome. It does sound good.
Yeah.
Wait for it after we get up the almighty incline.
Yeah, so it does have new sounds. Occlusion. I feel like I know what that means. I've seen. I write patch notes. I feel like I've seen that word a bunch of times, and it's gone out of my head.
So audio occlusion is what stops it's how the sounds are
like muffling,
hidden, if you like. They're way quieter when you're in the cab. So you occlude the sound, so sort of make it less present when you're in the cab, but still loud and shrieky when you're outside.
I was sort of right. I said like muffling sound.
That's
or
it.
Like,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a kind of an occlusion volume in the cab, which dims down the outside sounds.
I'm retaining information from the patch notes.
Speed up now.
You'll notice a significant performance difference climbing the Licky Incline in this versus the electric 323.
With a few of these questions, I've got a nice big list to go through at the end of the stream as well. Just because it makes it a little easier. Timestamping for the people who have not made it.
Hello, people from the future.
Or the past. Ooh. No, it's the future, isn't it? Or the present, if they're watching it in the future, but it's right now.
It's the future present.
It's getting too deep. It's getting too deep. I feel like we need.
I said we're getting close to Star Trek Voyager episode names.
Yeah.
Oh, well, over there on the other side. Train Sim Society, general practice in the UK for horn is low tone only. The two horns are still present on most trains, if not all, but generally speaking these days it's low tone only. The high tone is used more for either playing songs with the horn, depending on what you feel like doing, or with if you want to use the other horn. But I think or emergency, something like that. I think generally speaking, the modern day practice is low tone only.
I don't remember the tone I got when I went train spotting that time, and I got one, but I can't remember. I just remember excitedly screaming. I was not expecting to get that excited about seeing a Class 66, and then it happened, and I started screaming and jumping up and down. And people gave me funny looks. But I don't care because I saw a Class 66, yay! And I got a tone. I'm gonna get one from that. I'm gonna get one from my 170 one day, but normally they have to stop. So.
Why is it low tone only? Noise abatement for the surrounding households, pretty much.
Super loud, super loud.
Max, yes, you like your train horns. Yeah, I know. It's basically if a train horn is not there, is a train really there? Actually, you hear two for track workers. Maybe that's when the two tones gets used then for track workers. Certainly, I was advised that their general practice, like at a whistle board, is just to use the low tone.
By waving at the driver.
Terry, yeah, we have quiet hours as well. Out in nighttime hours, they don't blow the whistle or the horn unless there's a critical need to do so for safety reasons. They only use low tone for track workers too, Carl. I think probably actually there's a degree of every driver does their own thing, but certainly I've been told general practice to use the low tone. But I've heard plenty of dual tone, and I've heard people doing Darth Vader songs and all sorts of things with it. So you only live once, enjoy the horn. Yeah.
I normally prefer American horns because they just sound better. But I think the real advantage of British horn is you can play songs, something you cannot do with American horn. I mean, you can, but you don't only have one note.
You can do a rhythm, so you can do a shave and a haircut, and but you can't knock out a Darth Vader Star Wars theme with it.
First time I saw a video of someone playing Darth Vader's theme song on a locomotive blew my mind.
So, like, how does that work? How does that work exactly? Why does that sound good? It should sound terrible.
Yeah, how can you do that with a Class 37?
It was a 37. I heard it on as well, actually. I think one of the ROG drivers likes to do it.
American trains or UK/EU trains? What is your favourite? I'm banned from answering that question.
Why? You like both British and American trains?
I love both, but there's something about how some American trains look like monster trucks that I quite like. Some of them look like the Union Pacific big boy looks like an Elden Ring boss. I'm like, I get that's what. But something really comforting about UK trains. Grew up with them. The reliable. We have a nice.
Of course, the irony there is, I don't think the UK makes trains anymore. They're all made elsewhere now.
Are they made in America? Because I remember getting told
66
about.
66 is made in America.
Yeah, well, is it America or is it Canada?
Both.
Or is it
they were mostly made in Canada, and then the last batch, a few batches, I think, were in. I can't remember where, but were in America. But majority certainly they came out of Canada.
Hello, stop being easily offended. I know that you've had a little issue throughout the entire stream with the track ballast, the shadows, and you've mentioned it being a selling point for TSW5. But the it wasn't going to be every route that had that update. It was select routes, and BCC hasn't received that update yet. And yes, you'll get no information from us. Wait for the Dovetail Direct.
Hitachi 800s are manufactured in the UK. Are they? Oh, okay. I stand corrected then, Peter.
The 800? I never even heard of that.
Well, it's the same class as the Azuma, which is an 801.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, we're big Azuma fans over here.
Pink hat, excellent.
Quite like driving the LNER Azuma. It's got a nice big windshield.
Yes.
I think it sounds nice too. It's a good sounding train.
It is, yeah. I think probably one of my favourite trains purely for the vista is the 52 Western. It's like you're driving in a greenhouse.
Yes. It makes good sounds too.
It does. But it's a Western. They're the best. Right, got the hill start on. Got some power on.
This is a loco add-on.
Engines up. Release the brake. Egypt, so you get the West Midlands in 2 and 3 car, and you get the cross country in 2 and 3 car. And there's different services on all of them.
New timetables.
Cat bar, give it a go. You know, there is a Steam refund if you don't get on with it, but there is a training centre to teach you how to drive trains, and actually once you get over the basics of it, it's quite straightforward, to be honest. And then it's just how far you want to take it in terms of learning. The training centre has got quite a lot in it, but you don't have to play all of the training centre to start driving on the real routes. And each route has got different things about them. Yeah, I think there's a lot to look at. But yeah, if you find out it's not for you, there is always Steam refund.
Recommend not skipping the training because I found out the hard way.
Yeah, the training is worthwhile, even if it's only the first like 3 or 4. I mean, they're all about 10 minutes each, but it'll give you the basics of walking around, getting in the train, and figuring out how to drive them. Because it's a lot of people that haven't seen the inside of a train don't expect it to have this many button switches and levers, because you kind of expect it to be like a go stop button, right? And the training centre sort of takes you through why it's not a trot, stop, go button.
And then you'll find that on a lot of the trains, they all have mostly the same controls, and then a lot of the buttons are different, but you don't always need many of them.
Yeah, you've got some. You only got some basic. Like this is a combined handle. There's quite a lot of most modern trains use a combined handle for power and brake. Sometimes it's split between a power throttle and a brake throttle. Sometimes what the brake does exactly is different. There's 4 types of brake systems on across different types of train. This one's pretty much just got air brakes. But other trains might have electrodynamic brakes and all sorts of different things, and so that's where the variation comes in. But once you get the hang of what they've got, and fundamentally a brake is there to slow the train down, it's just how it does it, what it sounds like, and there are some finicky rules about when and how much and how good and so forth. But it's you'll find that you don't need all of those for one train. You'll need probably 1 or 2 of them. So it actually, when it all seems a little daunting, but once you get the hang of it, and the training centre takes you through some of these variations, so that you can see, you can get the hang of it. It is quite handy. I had a lot of people tell me that it's helped them out. We've got some written stuff in the training centre as well, which covers safety systems, signalling, and all sorts of things. Just to quickly read through to give you some insights as to what's going on. And then every time you get new trains and new routes, they come with their own tutorials as well. So if you need to know something in order to get the best out of a particular route or a train that comes there, it'll usually come with its own tutorials as well. On top of that, there's no announcements on this train, no, Pavel. Let's see what there is at Birmingham. $323 coming out. Pendo looks like it's just arriving. Another $350 in there. Another Pendo there. And I'm breaking the speed limit. Lots of stuff going on in here.
Matt's on time. Wow.
I know. Don't worry, folks.
Wow.
Nobody panic. This will not continue to be a thing. I know how much
Feels
that
like
would
an ill
disappoint.
omen.
Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. I mean, oh no, you're always on time. You're like Tyler. How was it working on the timetable? Did you have a nice time? Was it fun?
I had a great time. I see you're trying to distract Matt.
No, I'm just asking you if you had a nice time. You can't ask a guest a question. Come on.
One thing I wanted to point out on the route as we're going past it is you'll notice there's 2 different stopping points at Birmingham New Street. There's an A and a B all platforms have an A and a B section, and depending on which service and usually which operator you're running, you'll stop at a different point. So this cross-country service is going to continue as AI past the station and go into a portal and go off to Nottingham, I think. So you pull all the way through the station, but the West Midlands services will stop and turn around and go back towards Worcester or Hereford or whatever. So they'll stop on the early part of the platform. So if you're not paying attention, well, you'll go right past a red signal in the middle of the platform and fail the service.
So let's go up to Litchfield, Trent Valley. And while we go through the questions, we can sit and do some train spotting.
Sounds great.
Oh, hello. Who asked you lot getting away? Right. Do you want to go through the questions then, Harry?
I certainly can. I certainly can. I have some nice answers in front of me here, but I can also ask Tyler while you're here. Don't be afraid if you you were discussing earlier about rambling, and I said they're very much used to me now. So
one thing before you get started, Matt, because the timetable is a real timetable. There's sometimes lulls in the timetable, and you've unfortunately managed to catch one. If you wanted to go back into the menu and spawn on foot at 12:25, there'll be much better train spotting then.
12:25, right? No.
12:25.
That's an excellent shout.
All right, hit me with questions.
All right, here we go. Okay, so first one we're kicking off. It's a Q&A, and it's been very helpfully put in. It's been organised in. I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. It's been in type of question. There we go. So we're starting with the timetable Q&A, or bread and butter. So first one is: does the cross country 170 stand in for Voyager services?
No. So any service that's a Voyager in real life is left out of the timetable. So if we ever get a Voyager in the future, it'll be easy to use adding the correct train. Easy to add using the correct train. I got my words out of order. But yeah, so there's space left, but the 170s only operate 170 services.
Thank you. Okay. Is the timetable, including the AI at Birmingham New Street, a one-on-one replica of the 2019 timetable?
Yes, with the obvious exception of the Voyagers. Yes, all services come from the 2019 working timetable, the same source document used to create the original route timetable, and that's the trains as well as the times, including all of the intermediate stops. So all of the stops at University and the AI trains in Aston, those are the real time. So they're not simulated. They come right from the working timetable. Now, some lines, and this goes for Birmingham New Street, they're very sort of cyclic, where it's the same services come through every hour and they just repeat every hour. But there are minor variations. So if you look closely, you'll spot them. If you go to rush hour, especially, you'll spot some trains that go to different. They go into a different destination during rush hour than they do the rest of the day. Yeah, so you'll find a lot of details in there, yeah. So I'll challenge you. See if you can find these two West Midlands Class 170 services that uncouple at Birmingham New Street. See if you can find those. It's my challenge to you.
Okay.
Here's a Pendolino. Oh, it's two Pendolinos. Oh, look at that tilt.
I do love the Pendolino.
Ooh.
Awesome.
There we go. Okay, the next question. I think you've technically already answered this. It's our timetable timings true to life or related?
They're all from the working timetable. Yeah, there's nothing simulated. The one exception where the timetable is different from real life is in real life, cross-country services do not stop at Bromsgrove, just Birmingham New Street and University. That wouldn't be very fun to play just that short distance and then watch them drive, over the rest of the route as AI. So we made them stop at Bromsgrove. Those times are manually calculated. They're not simulated. So I looked at it and figured it out, did the math, and they do stop there.
Nice, perfect. Okay. Are there any plans to layer the new trains, particularly the cross-country one?
Not as far as this release.
What?
It's your favorite train.
I missed it. Oh
No.
no, it's here. Oh, I was looking at the wrong screen. Yes! Look at it go. Backbone of British freight, everybody. It's too good for us. It's too good for us. Look at it go. Workhorse, that is. It's a workhorse. Anyway. It is my fave.
But there's a reason I picked 1225. I knew there was a 66. I looked at my timetable. So the question was, are there plans to layer the trains onto other routes? No. So this release only includes this route. However, the trains are available for anyone doing timetables in the future. I certainly plan to use them if I'm ever doing a route where they fit in. And then, anyone, including other third parties, can use them to layer into their routes if appropriate. So no plans, but I hope they'll get used somewhere else in the future.
Perfect. Yeah. Just also adding some the chat. Okay, so are there any plans to introduce more gameplay packs like this in the future, bringing timetable improvements to older routes? You want me to take this one? Do you want me to say, is it in the roadmap? Do you want me to do this one?
Go for it.
Is it in the roadmap? Do you think it's in the? It's not in the roadmap. But...
Gameplay packs like this are always good fun. And they add a new dimension to a route. But yeah, beyond that, the answer is what Harry said.
Yeah. Fun to do though.
I'll leak this much. Is it in the roadmap? No. But what do you think I'm working on after this project is done? Something that will someday be in a roadmap.
Okay.
We'll get on speculating now.
That's fair enough. Yeah. That's all they need. That's all they need. This is.
I'm betting that there are rails involved as well.
I think that's a good bet. A good bet.
Okay. Maybe even wheels.
Oh, steady on. Come on, we're giving away too much now.
Ah, no! Oh, no! Making a potato and leek soup here. Right, so... I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. I'm so sorry. Okay. We've got a lot of repeated questions. I'm really sorry, Tyler. I might just... Because is the new timetable separate? But I feel like
Yes, it is, yeah.
I feel...
Yeah. It's taken all. I started with the existing timetable and then made a new one on top of it.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. There's a service early in the morning that runs from Longbridge Platform 2, then goes into the reversing siding and into Platform 1. The siding shunt is both ways AI currently. Is this something that can be made playable in the future?
Yeah, I actually saw this in the forum thread, and I looked into it. So it's not. It's too late for me to change it before release, but I've added to my list of things to change whenever we do a post-release patch. So I plan to make it playable. In the meantime, if you'd like to use the turnback siding, you can drive 5P02, 2N28, 2N40, or 2N99.
Okay. Yeah. Highlight the questions when I've asked them because I'm not wearing my glasses. Okay. I highlighted the wrong question. That's off to a great start. I should have put my glasses on. Is the Aston cat a new addition, or was it there already? And while you answer that, I'm putting my glasses on.
The cat was always part of the route. Maybe Matt, do you want to go to Aston and spot some trains there and maybe see the cat? I'll throw another challenge to chat. There is at least one other cat on this route at a different station. If you found it,
this route has got about 12 cats on it, hasn't it?
I've only seen the 2.
There's loads of cats.
Okay.
I want to see the cat.
There's a bunch of them. Hang on. Right, so I think that's. We're not missing anything if we go now, are we? No, we're not.
I mean, there'll be another train in 5 or 10 minutes, but that's all day.
So if we go to Aston. Oh yeah, go hunting the cats. I think remember rightly, Daisy put the cats in and went absolutely crazy, putting loads of them in. They've all got individual name tags as well. God, my game is stuttering. Right, that's better.
There we go.
Whereabouts is the cat? I can never remember. Oh, hello. Shed
the
represents.
Aston cat is on the opposite platform next to the elevator, I believe.
Shed. Yes, Thunder, we are getting to that question. We're getting to that question. It's in here. It's in here. It's in my list. While we're trying to find the cat. The cat. Okay,
over by the elevator. So go towards the starting signal. All the way toward the end and then left.
That's Gavin.
That's his cat's name. Gavin. Good name for a cat.
Gavin! I love Gavin.
But if we now go to Bourneville.
Like the
Is there a
chocolate.
Bourneville cat?
The cat on most of the stations, I think. I have to try and remind myself where it is. I don't think it's there. I want to say it's down here. There it is. Rude. Cindy. Lots of cats on this route.
Harry, you look upset. Is Cindy not a good cat name?
Oh no, Cindy's a great cat name. I was looking at the chat. But also I didn't know that Bourneville was named after. I thought the chocolate. There's a Bourneville chocolate.
This is where it's made. The Cadbury factory is right here.
Is that why it's all purple?
Yes. You drive past the Cadbury factory. It's named Bourneville chocolate is named after the place.
You learn something new every day, and today I learned that there are cats in TSW, and that Bourneville is not just a random chocolate name. Amazing. Okay. But what I'd like to learn about is the 5-circle 170 having automatic announcements. Does this also have announcements? Smooth segue. It's really smooth. Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, so the 5-circle 170 has automatic announcements. These 170s do not, and the reason for that is because the way we implemented it in 5-circle is dependent on the route. The same way when you're driving, you have AWS magnets that are attached to the track. We have essentially invisible magnets attached to the track that tell the train, hey, if you're a passenger train and you're stopping at the next station, you should play the announcement now. This route does not have those, so therefore we have no announcements. Speaking of that, though, I almost said this earlier when the audio fixes, but I thought it would sidetrack us too much. We did fix. We are fixing 2 auto announcement bugs for the 5-circle 170, so that they will trigger on all the cars and not just the first 3. So if you're riding in the second unit of like a 6-car Class 170, you'll hear it in the second unit. We've also fixed the attenuation, so you can't hear it from outside the train. I guess previously you could hear it. It was quite loud. So again, no release date at the moment for when 5-circle 170 will get those updates, but we have fixed it, and whenever we get a chance to release it, it'll be fixed.
In case you haven't seen it before, there you go, the Cadbury factory.
Oh, amazing! I didn't even know that. That feels like it's really nearby.
The Cadbury station, Cadbury station is just up there.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Leicester, so I don't know why I said Leicester, like trying to do a Leicester accent when clearly it just sounded like a northern accent. Somebody did ask me to break out the Brummie, but unfortunately I can only type a Brummie accent. You don't want to hear me do a Brummie accent. Okay, speaking of sounds though, we're onto the sounds section. So it's your favourite question, everybody. Have the 170 run sounds been improved?
Yes. Yeah, running sounds have been improved. Do you want me to read the changelog again? I read them earlier, but maybe it's easier to timestamp them here.
Yeah, timestamp it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we've heard your feedback. We've improved the running sounds. Completely overhauled the in-cab sounds with real sounds from a Class 170. We also added the creaking of the train as it moves. We've also re-implemented the door sound trigger logic for I believe this is the passenger doors. The alarm triggers at the correct time when opening and closing the door. We've removed clicks and artifacts from the engine sounds. We've adjusted the flange sound occlusion, so it sounds better in the cab. If you've noticed a whining noise above 85 miles an hour, we fixed that. That whine is gone, and it sounds much better at speed now. Yeah, there's a changelog again.
So there's the other thing. If you didn't know about the Cadbury's things, we actually have got the license to include it in the game as well as a collectible.
No idea. God. You know what? Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm getting to be a seasoned person at this TSW business, and then something like that happens. I go, no idea. I had no idea that was. Yeah. No. Everyone else's other favourite question is, are these going to be implemented? The 5170. We touched on that earlier as well.
Yep, the sounds will make it over whenever we can release an update. And these trains have suspension. We'll also be adding suspension to the 5-circle 170.
Perfect. Okay. We don't have a date on that.
Yeah, no release date yet.
Yeah. We're now on to setup. That was the sound section. Those 2 questions. So setup is also unrelated to the WMR pack, but I will. You know what? I'll humor it. We had a lot. 70. So this one was just, is that going to have the suspension? added to it.
Yep, so these trains already have suspension, and the 5-circle 170 will get suspension in a future update.
Are there any other features that have been added to this Class 170?
Yeah, it was showed off earlier in the stream when leaving Bromsgrove. It's particularly helpful. We added a hill start feature, which is a button on the side of the power brake controller that keeps the brakes on while you take power and keeps the train from rolling back until the engine is spooled up and is propelling you forwards up the hill.
I do like a hill start feature. Nothing worse to do in a hill start. We've got some route QA stuff, so I don't mind covering these. Any thoughts about extending BCC as a new route? And the answer to that is there are no plans currently to do that. A route is a large project to be working on. And has the issue of glowing benches at Birmingham New Street been fixed with this pack?
This pack's not a route update, so no, as you can see, the glowing benches are very much still here.
Yeah.
That requires a route fix. That's not what this pack is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that we've touched for the route is adding to the virtual destinations. So otherwise, I have not touched the route at all. No one ever has touched the route. Just the virtual destinations.
There's a section on that I think is probably our section as well. Because the first question is, as Dovetail Games and other developers begin to work together more, would Dovetail possibly use Rivet's help to implement the older ad train style headlight clusters to some of the 377 models?
There's no plans to do that. So if it becomes something that we want to do, then we can work out the right way to do it. But it's not on the list of things to do at the moment.
Okay.
Matt, if you're looking for a good train spotting spot here, if you go on that pedestrian bridge, there's those big glass windows, and it gives you a nice elevated view. Yeah, right up there. That's the first staircase.
I forgot about that.
There's a question on can more information be provided about the platform visualization mentioned the art?
Sure. So this is where I'm going to ramble and hopefully not get too technical. When implementing the timetable, the source document I used is a huge PDF provided by Network Rail, which lists every arrival and departure train for every train from every station in the UK. And it's I guess it's a PDF for older timetables, and now it's an Excel sheet, but it's a lot of data. The one thing it doesn't tell you is what each formation does. So if you have a service that arrives from, let's say, Worcester to Birmingham New Street, what does it do after it arrives at Birmingham New Street? It doesn't tell you. It does tell you, at some point, there's another train that leaves Birmingham New Street and goes to Hereford. Where does that formation come from? It doesn't tell you. So as part of planning the timetable, I had to figure out what each service did after its service and where each formation for the next train came from. And one of the tools that we used is we built a tool using Python to graph each platform at Birmingham New Street and what services arrived and departed from it, so I could see the pairings and figure out where each train went and what each train was doing. So that way I could build a timetable out of it. So it was just a nice visualization to help build the timetable and kind of parse all of the data into gameplay. Hope that answered the question.
That's really cool. Yeah, one of the big challenges you find, obviously, the publicly facing timetables. It doesn't really matter what train does what, does it? As long as you know when your train leaves. The fact that the train that came in on platform 4 is the train that goes out on platform 4. It sounds obvious, but when you're looking at sort of the scale of services and things that are going on, it becomes you kind of have to do this piecing things around, trying to work out, oh, actually, that's this train that arrived there. And it gets more confusing when what happens is an empty stock move in between. Like, for example, a train might come into the platform, get shunted somewhere to a siding to get it out the way, and then later on get shunted back into the platform and then go. And you'll normally get the shunt moves, and obviously the passenger train in and out, but nothing that glues them all together, which can make life a little interesting. So a tool that helps with that sounds like a really good thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the glue that connects all the services together. And you're right about the scale. So this timetable has 1,401 services. Now that's not all individual services. If a train, like a cross-country service is 3 services in this timetable. One comes out of the portal, drives to Bromsgrove and ends. Then there's a player service that drives from Bromsgrove to Birmingham New Street, and then the third service is another AI portal service that drives into it's the Coventry portal. Or no, it's I'm drawing lines in the air. You can't see my camera. It goes into a portal and disappears. So that's 3 services. So it's not 1,401 passenger services, but it's still quite a bit to keep track of.
Pendolino left.
I'm leaving to have a look.
Would train operators not assist with info on timetable moves? Sometimes, but more often than not, no, Rob. And to be honest, it's not that bad. The information is all there. It just takes a little bit of digging.
We just have one question left, really. So it's just a question on how the layers are structured. It says, can you show how the layers are structured?
I can pop back to the menu and bring the layer selector up. I'm not sure what the actual question they're trying to answer is, but I can show you what the layers look like.
I mean, I can. The rest of it just says, curious to see if there was split. So the timetable is future-proof for any new rolling stock.
I think, yeah, that's been. Tyler was saying that earlier on, that if a Voyager comes at some point, then there might be a possibility to add that. But it's the future is the undiscovered country, right? So it's difficult to say that it's future-proofed definitely for everything, but that's how the layers are broken down.
We've had this question a few times, but are these going to be coming to Midland Main Line and ECML?
ECML is East Coast Main Line. No, there are no plans. This DLC release is only on Birmingham Cross City, but anyone making timetables in the future can layer them into their project.
Perfect. And will it be on Creators Club? That should be, is that last day 1 usually? Is that Creators Club usually?
I'm pretty sure, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. I think so. I think so.
Should be.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a slightly shorter stream than usual tonight. Sometimes we can't have giant streams because Alex will say, Harry, I'd have to leave early tomorrow. So we're having a slightly shorter stream evening. I should do the admin bits. Before I just realised my camera's back on. Oh gosh. Okay, so WMR Class 170 add-on pack is releasing on the 29th of July, which is next Tuesday. It is retailing for £12.99 British pounds, €15.99 euros, or $16.99. Is that all of the admin I normally do? I feel like it's been a while.
It has been a while. JD normally manages to stretch it out a good long while when he does the admin.
Yeah, that feels like that feels like all of the that's like all of the admin. I now go on to the thank you for joining us, Tyler. Thank you for driving, Matt. So I'll just do that now. Tyler, how was it? How was your first TSW stream? I hope we didn't frighten you.
No, it was so much more chill than I expected, which is funny because I watch these streams. I know how it's supposed to go, but I wasn't as nervous as I thought. So that's good.
Good. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on the stream. Lots of really great insights as well.
Yeah, massively. Considering this was a pretty last minute that you joined. Well, you did great. Well done, Tyler. I'll give you a little clap. There you go. Little mini round of applause. There we go. Yes. And Matt, thank you so much for driving. You did great tonight. No overshoots.
I didn't mess it up too badly.
You did great. You did really, really great. Yeah. If Tuesday next week, basically covered all of the admin bits.
Excellent.
Which is yeah. It's been a while. It's been a little while since I've been on. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I'll be timestamping this tomorrow and make sure section the forums where the Q&A. We have a Q&A section. I'll make sure that the answers go in tomorrow as well. We've got a very nice, snacky, comprehensive list of answers here as well, courtesy of Rivet. That's it. We can leave. We can all go home. Have a Horlicks.
Excellent. Well, thanks for watching, folks. And thanks again, Tyler. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.